Like, comment, and subscribe.
Our inheritance is turned to screams, and our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We are drunk in our water for money, and our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given our hand to the Masrayam and to the Assyrian to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we are born their iniquity. Listening to the word with Yaquaba.
Guam, Yahabada, Wayasharala. Mixing it up live.
All right, Shalom. It's good to see you today. All right, so I'm gonna speak on something that I spoke about that I really didn't speak to evidence on. All right, and today I want to talk about who is the head, and it's the head of something that I'm gonna talk about. All right, so I'm finna go ahead and open up this Salpar, this Bible book. Family, I ain't gonna prolong the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and get it to it. So here we go. All right. Now, we see here, like we studied before, the Ba, and I'm finna read this again. Bara Shayath, Bara Alahayim, Ath, Hashamayam, Wa'ath, Ha'aratz. And that means head, beginning, in the beginning. Bara, created. Alahayim, judges. Ath, that is a accusation. That word right there is like it's pointing to one person. So it's pointing, and it connects the words that follow after and before it. So say Alahayim, Ath, Hashamayam, the heavens and the earth. Say Wa'aratz, Wa'ath, Ha'aratz, the heavens and the earth. All right. So now let me switch over here for you real quick, fam. I'm gonna show y'all this again. Remember, you see this? All right, that's the Alap. That's the Ba. Ga means foot. That's the Da. Dalath means door. And it's Ha, and so on. I'm gonna go over here, fam. Let me show you something. So if you go ahead and turn your Bible to Barashayah chapter 1, we're gonna go into this thing. Now it say, remember, Bara Shayath, beginning chief. Alahayim, that's the yam on the end, makes it plural. So look at what it say here. Created. Bara. Hashamayam, the heavens, which means the sky. Wa Ha'aratz. Now, what does the Shamayam look like? And what does the Aratz look like? All right.
What does the Arats look like? And when you look at the Phoenician, the Canaanite Hebrew, what they call it, these right here, this is a tent before a tent was created. This is a Rasha, or they say Resh, before the head of an Adam or even an animal was formed or created. And you see the Alap, before an Alap was created. So let's go here. Did we write Abar before let's say 4,000 years ago? Is there evidence of drawings? Is there people that built Bayath? This is the questions that we should ask ourselves. If we built the Bayath, we wrote tent. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? If we built a Bayath, then we wrote tent. If we pointed at a Gamal, we're looking at Yahweh's writing. Yahweh is the author. Yahweh is the Alap wa Athal. He is the beginning and the last chief sign. Yahweh Shai through Yahweh through Yahweh Shai created the heavens and the earth. And how do we see that? Bara Shayath Alaha Yam on the end, plural. So we see here the chief. Who is the chief that Yahweh put over Yasha Allah? He put the Shar, he put the Shar Shalawam over Yasha Allah. When you see that he's put over Yasha Allah, then that means that whosoever submits to Yahweh Shai's kingdom, which came from by way of the Father, they submit to the chief, to the creator. So anybody from any other nation that submits to Yahweh Shai, they submit to the creator. But the Father is greater than the Son. Without the Father, nothing was done. Yahweh Shai is not an Adam that he should lie, neither is he the Son of Man, the son of Adam, that he should repent. But Yahweh calls all of us into repentance through his only begotten Son. What did he do through his Malak Dawad? Everybody had to submit in Yasha Allah under Dawad, under Malak Dawad. Anybody that wanted to come inside of his kingdom had to submit under Malak Dawad. Yahweh Shai is the one that formed the Bayath. He formed the Dalath that connects on the Bayath. Nothing that is made or put together on this Arats was created out of something that was not from Yahweh Shai. So, who wrote the first language? Who is the one that said in the beginning, this is the one? So let's skip over here. Ha'arats, right here. Hawa, formless, confusion, unreality, emptiness. So who spoke and created something out of nothing? Who is the one that made the first form? Because remember, Yasha'al spoke with these right here. Who is the one that formed this? Who is the one that formed the horizon? That's what the Ha means as well. Raise hands, raise arms. It also means horizon. Mashbaka. Who is the one that formed the wood for the wawa, or formed the iron for the wawa. It was Yahweh. So when Yasha'al put the wawa on the bayath, it was Yahweh that formed it. Everything that Adam did, he did it through the power, through the all of Allahayim. He did not do it through his own strength or his own hand. It was Yahweh that made his brain, his lab, his heart, his brain, his thoughts. It was Yahweh that formed Adam. Adam did not form himself. You see the wawa, you see the mayam, the water. Who was the one that created the mayam? Let us go to Barashaya. So we see where the lashon, where the tongue came from. All right, and I'm also going to go into that word that we say lashon, but it's actually language, comprehension of language. And what language did Yasha'Allah have? The comprehension of the language of Adam. So we go here and see Yahweh. So if somebody take a blackout on the piece of paper to black it out, who was the first one that formed the darkness? Look at this right here. Darkness, obscurity. Who was the one that spoke while everything was in obscurity and confusion and derision? Who was the one that spoke and formed it? He say was over. So who was the first one that hovered? So everybody that boasts to say, well, I created the wheel first, I did this, I did that. No, Yahweh is the one that formed everything on this arats. Nobody knows how to speak anything that he ain't already know what they was gonna speak. What person on this earth that create a video game that's not going to know what they created? The person that made the movie know the end of the movie, but the people who seeing the movie for the first time don't know what the end of the movie is unless they talk to the person that created the movie. Now this is real life. So in order for us to know about life from the past, present, and future, we got to go to the one that it is written about him, and he revealed himself to Adam. He revealed himself to Hawa, Adam's Asha. Who was the one that formed the Ayash in the Asha? Look at this right here. Above, upon, above, over. The surface. So Yahweh created the function of language. Look, Yahweh was speaking Abar before Adam walked on the earth. He said, Yahweh said, Allahayim said. He said. He didn't Lashon, tongue, was not formed before the creator formed it. So when Yahweh said, he was speaking in a tone, in a Lashon. And what did he say? He said, look, deep seas, abyss, Tahawam, they say Tehuvim, Tahawam of the deep, and of the Rawak, breath, wind, Rawak, from unknown, look here, of Allahayim. So who is the first one? Who is the first judge? Mashpaka. It says Allahayim. So the first is the greatest. The first. Listen, even when you have families, the father is supposed to be the leader. The Messiah said that Yah, his father, is father. All right, that means he's the head of all. So the chief creator, Yahweh, he said through Yahushua was moving over the surface. So even the buildup of the Lashon, Yahweh was the first one to speak Abar. So if it was in the mind of Yahweh that he was teaching Adam, and Adam named all the creatures, Yahweh showed Adam his writing. Yahweh's writing is living. Yahweh's writing came out of his pa, out of his mouth. Aman, of the waters. Let me read a little bit more, and I'm almost done making my point. And I think that I made a good point just now. Then Alahayim. Alahayim, that means plural, but they put singular, because in English, when you have plural, there's an S on the end. But in Abar, when you have a yam, that is a plural. So if you was to translate it, it will still be Alahayam. And look at it, say, and said, and they say right here, Waya Amar, to utter, to say. Look, he's saying. He's not imagining. It's not fiction. Because if it was fiction, we would not be here. Because we know that even on this earth, when a person have a baby, if a daughter came home and she was pregnant, and the doctor checked her stomach, and they say, your daughter is 5 months pregnant, and she too young, she's 16 and staying in the house with her mama and daddy, what would the parents say? Where is the boy? Where is that male that you slept with? Because parents know that it takes a man and a woman to create a baby. So if parents know that it takes a man and a woman to create a baby, we will see it as illogical to believe that Adam and Hawa came into the earth by mother and father, because who created their mother and father? So it has to start from a start. Every family on earth, whether if it's the Johnson family, whether if it's the Kennedy family, whether if it's the Miller family, no matter what family on earth, whether if it's the Bryson family, no matter who it is, every family starts at a starting point. Every nation started at a starting point. If you plant a garden, every garden started at a starting point. You don't just go to a place that has no seeds and you cut and you got a big great vineyard out there and nobody planted the first seed. The seed started from somewhere. Aman. If you have a pot on the stove, the first grain up, the first piece of water that's put in the pot had to start from somewhere. Whether if water is from a microscopic place and it's a big buildup of water, it has to start somewhere. The water got to start pouring, and in order for you to start cooking the rice on the stove, somebody got to first throw in the first grain. Aman. In order for, if you have a bug infection in your house, in order for the bugs to become many inside of your house, it first start with 2 bugs. What animal on earth do we see it take more than one animal to impregnate another animal? So we see that everything has a start. But if in order for everything to have a start, somebody that does not have a start had to be in existence for there to be a start. Because without eternity, then there could be no existence, because existence comes from eternity. Because without a father and a mother in existence, in time, there cannot, without a father and a mother, you cannot have any other babies. Without the person that wrote the Constitution of the United States writing the first letter, you can't have a full word. If they don't write all the letters on the words, you won't have, if they don't finish the sentence, you won't even have a sentence. But in order for the Constitution of the United States of America to be written, somebody had to sit down with an ink pen and with a paper and write it down, because there was a time when there was no electricity. Not like we see it today. Okay? So if a child come to your house and they pregnant, you're not going to say that that mud or that an amoeba or that a big bang happened. I'm pretty sure that's what the little boy would love for you to say, that it was a big bang theory, because he didn't want to get in trouble with his mama and daddy. I'm pretty sure the little girl would love for you to say that, because she don't want you to hold her accountable. So what I'm saying is that Yahweh is the one. We see him even through the first words that he spoke, using the things. This is a drawing, family. This is a drawing. Yasha'al language, Lashon, is a drawing. Look at the yard. It is a drawing. It is a drawing of hand. You want to see the sa. All right, let's look at the sa. The sa. That right there, you know, when you look at somebody's hand and you see the print in their hand, look at the sa. Man on his side. Where did Yahweh create Chawa from? Sa. Who created the Kwa? The Kwap. Who created that? The horizon. And when you see right here, Halala wa ya. When you see the I, the Ayana, who created the Ayana of Adam and Hawa? Who created the Ayana of the animals and the creeping things? Who created the Ayana of the cattle, of the Alap? It was Yahweh. Who made the Shan, the Shana of the Araya and the Adam? It was Yahweh. Who made the Shana of the creeping things? Yahweh. So how does a Shana look? You draw a Shana, that is a Shana. Who is the one that is the Tha? Who is the one that created sticks? The Tha. Mashpaka. In order for you to put the Wawa inside of the Arats, in order for you to put the Wawa inside of the Arats, they say that the Tha was made by the marking of the ground. So the Wawa, when you put the Wawa, you put the Tha and you put the Wawa. Let's go to Wawa. So you can see Yahweh through his creation, tent peg. So in order for you to put the tent peg, you draw on the ground the Wawa, the Tha on the ground, the Tha on the ground. They say Tav. All right. And this right here, they say this Ga. They say they say this had to be inside the Lashon, because they say in every language of the Sham people, they have this kind of thing right here. And they say this was always used when it's differentiating evil. But when you read inside of a bar, you can also see that you can write Ra. Ra means sin. When you say Ra'ah, it means a seer or a pastor. So it's different when you say Ra than when you say Ra'ah. So let's go over here. All right. So now you remember what we read on the other day when we was reading about Babylon. Remember that, family? So let us go to, I believe it is Barashayath chapter 10. So let's go to Barashayath chapter 10. So it's reading about the generations after the flood. Let's go to, I believe is Barashayath. Let's go to 32. The sons of Nach. And you know this is Na and this is Cha, Nach. And they say that they found an ancient city of the Nach people. That's just was Nach. If somebody wrote down Nach, the people of Nach. So it's people telling me that as soon as Sham, Cham, and Japheth got off the ship, they automatically started writing Mashpachah. As we saying, as soon as Sham, Cham, and Japheth got off the ship, out of all those centuries, all those years of them being on the earth, nobody drew a alap, which is how nobody drew an alap. Are you telling me? But anyway, by their nations, according to their genealogies. How did they keep up with their genealogies? Did they guess their way through? Out of these, the Hagawayan nations, people, were separated. Look at this. Napa, Ra, Dawa, divided on the earth after the flood. All right. So if the if the people were separated after the flood, how did who, and they didn't understand the Abar anymore? Are you telling me that the other nations learned how to write their languages before the oldest language on the Aras was formed? Let's keep on going. Now the whole Aras right here is Kal Aras. Like I told y'all, Kal means the whole, and I don't know if I told y'all that before, but Kal Ha'aras, whole earth, used to fall out, come to pass, become to be, the same language. Look at this right here. Shapah. Shapah. You remember this is the Shana, this is the Pa, and this is the Ha. Shapah. This means the same speech. Speech. So just because somebody don't say Lashan, when they say Shapah, and what did it say? He shall restore unto the people a what? So let's see this. You see this word right here, and it is 8193. Right here, speech, word, dabar, words. So Shapah and dabar must be a complement to each other. So if it's dabar, word, speech, then what is Shapah? Can it be that this is how you say Lashan with the comprehension of it? Because when it was divided, they didn't understand one another. Look, used to fall out, and when they say right here, Kal Ha'arats, all tribes, all nations, all people of the earth, because the dirt wasn't speaking one language. He was talking about the people called Ha'arats. They was trying to build their tower. They wanted to make a name for themselves, an identity for themselves in the land of, in the Arats of Shinar. You see this? Hatam, one. They say, Ha'achad, my bad. Akkad. They say Akhath, one. Akhatha, Akhath, one. And they say Akat. Shapah. And when you look at the etymology of this, it is Akkad, one. Shapah. Speech. So they all spoke the same comprehensible language right here. The same. And when we looked it up, one, Akkad. So one can mean same. One. They didn't speak many, they spoke one. And what did that one language did they speak? The language of Adam. What we say is the oldest people on the earth, which is Adam's people. All right. And how we can say we the oldest ones on the earth when we come from Adam? Now, if you say we the oldest one of our earth, of our Arats, then we can say, okay, that's good. When we say we the indigenous of our Arats, of our nation, of our lots of heritage, where we was speaking one Shapah. So 8193. And I'm gonna look it up. Restore unto the people one, just like it was in the beginning, just like we was before we became Gala. Before we became Gala people, dispersed people, Gala people, we were speaking one language. We stopped speaking our Shapah, our Lashan. So when they say, let's go, matter of fact, I'm messing up now, y'all. Let me come inside of the chat and see if y'all have any questions or any statements, because I ain't been reading. I put my phone on airplane mode in order to stop it from, because I've been having a lot of scammers calling my phone. Let me come and check on y'all and see if y'all got anything. Shalom, Valentina. That's my wife, y'all. Valentina. Shalom, Susanna again. Shalom. Oh, value head on 3D. Shalom, NY. C Rockstar. I think that's Los Angeles. Salute. Oh, Shalom, TYP. All right. TYP, he like to play a lot of them. He like to play a lot of people that speak about certain things on his channel. He got a lot of topics and stuff. You can't nail it down. TYP always doing some excellent work on his channel. All right, so he will restore unto us a pure language. And we're going to see what word is used there. All right. When he said Yasharal spoke a pure language and he restored unto us a pure language, the people, when he restored unto the Gala, the dispersed, a pure language, the Gala people. Who is the Gala people? Who is the Gala people? Can't nobody else say they the Gala people but the Gala Geechee people. Can't nobody say they the Gala people, but the people who was dispersed in Spain and Portugal into every nation of the earth as Gala, as captives in these Akharayat Hayawam. They was not dispersed as Gala on ships, as is prophesied in the scripture that many say wasn't, but that was a stipulation. The prophecy said, if you don't do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will not happen. That was the stipulation. Just like when the police say, if you ride the speed, then you won't get a ticket. But if you don't ride the speed, you gonna get a ticket. Just because somebody say, well, it didn't prophesy and say, yes, he did, because he said I believe, and a sister was showing me, or was that a brother, that in the book of Dabarayam, how he was speaking about in the last day, how we would discontinue from our heritage. Even in the book of Jeremiah, it speak about how we would discontinue from our heritage. And I believe that's in Jeremiah chapter 24. Restore unto the people a pure remember, it's Shapah. Remember. So Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 9. So let's look here. What people on the earth lost their identity after they became captives and was dispersed into every nation of the earth? There was a prophecy from the greatest, like what they say. Yeah, he is a prophet, but greater than a prophet. Yahushua, the greatest prophet, said in Luke chapter 17, or was it 21? That you shall be dispersed into every nation of the earth. And he said you will not return until he return. So you shall be dispersed into every nation of the earth. You shall be led captive. You shall be dispersed. All right. So let's turn it to Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 9. And I'm going to turn it to Luke. So Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 9. Yahweh said he's going to restore unto the people a pure language. And guess what? You being all the things that happened to you, it is a sign upon you. When you see, when other people do wrong, did wrong and all that, was they dispersed into every nation of the earth? Did they face the penalty of breaking the law? Was they chastised with the chastisement? Let's check this out. 3 verse 9. So this is verse 9 right here. All right. So let's go over here to the Scrolls. The Zephaniah 3 verse 9. Let's go over to the Scrolls. The lexicon. Isaiah 3 9. Let's jump on down. Zephaniah 3 9. And we're going to go down here. This is verse 9. For then I will give to the people a purified lips. Look at this. Shapah. Was it lips? Language. Comprehension of your original language. Shapah. 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 Just like we read, Mashpaka. Just like we read from the beginning, the language of Adam is the language that Abraham spoke. And who is it prophesied that he will restore unto them a pure lashon, a pure shapah? He wasn't just talking about making them say purified things. That's a part of it. But shapah is the comprehension of what we lost. He'll start restoring unto us our inheritance. He'll start restoring unto us our inheritance. Now, what did Esau do with his inheritance? He sold it because he felt like he was gonna die if he didn't get that pottage from Yahweh. All right, he wanted to eat. He sold his birthright for a pot of what some say lentils. He said that all kalam, remember kalam, and that is plural because kalam on the end makes it plural. The whole, all. Shapa kalam, right here, of them may call. Lakwa ra'a. They say leak ro. To call, proclaim, read. So this is what so that we can read and understand what the original is. So what did the apostle Sha'awal say? Study that you may show yourself approval. If we're not going to be able to read in the wara, purify in the language of bara, creation, wa and ra head, bara shayath, shapa and the pure speech comprehension. Before it was Babal in Babylon, they all understood one another's shapa. They all understood one another's shapa. Y'all see that? Lips. Do your lips, when somebody look at somebody's lips, but no, a sound came out of their lips when they didn't understand one another's speech. Remember, speech is different how you say speech than shapa. And look at right here. Shalom, or my bad, forgive me. Kalam, kalam, of them all. Lakwa ra, Basham, in, sham, on the name. Look, Basham, in identity. That's what sham means. Your name is your identity. Basham, which makes you your own specific person. It's what differentiates you from everybody else. Every other nation have their own fingerprint. They have their own samak, their own banner, their own fingerprint of what makes them who they are. Every nation have their own samak, their own banner that makes them who they are. Basham in identities. Look, Basham in identity of Yahweh. The proper sham of Yahweh, Allahayim, call Yasha Allah. That's what of me, call all Yasha Allah. He chief judge. That's the name that Yahweh gave unto Yahweh. He said, I gave you my name, my legacy. When you look at sham in different contexts, it means different things. But in America, where your sham is treated as if it's a byword, if you were the people who were given a byword in replacement for your sham, as it is written, you are the people who will be dispersed. How did the prophets know that unless they could see? Now, many people, they say they don't believe in the Nabayath, in the prophets, Nabayahwa, even though it came out of the mouth of Hamashiach. Even though Yahweh Shai is the one that prophesied this, their own creator, can the thing that is formed say to the one that formed it, why have you made me this way? Yahweh Shai is the creator. He spoke and said a thing before it came to pass. And even though we read Masha prophesying this here, one of our first mediators, but Yahweh Shai was to be our eternal mediator. Why don't we believe in the laws? We believe in ourselves. We chief up ourselves when we say, believe in me, forget that book. Believe in this way, forget that book. We're going to devise or make our own pathway. But we understand that Yahweh is giving us back our Shapah, our Lashan, so that we can all speak with the same comprehension and the Salpar and the scrolls. And why did he do it? On the Sham of Yahweh, to serve, to work, to serve, to be his slaves. Because he bought us through the blood of Yahweh Shai. Him shoulder to shoulder. Shakam, Shakam. All right, let's go on now. Masculine, they say Shakim. Shakam, shoulder, back, ridge, the neck as the place. So what did Yahweh Shai say? He gonna come back with the government on his what? So the Yasharah will be restored back into to understand their languages, their language, my bad. The Akkad Shapah, call Yasha Allah to speak one Shapah, so that they can study their scrolls. What person go to school to be, like I told y'all before, to be a lawyer or a judge and don't study the handbook? If you go inside of the courtroom, how you gonna understand how to be a judge? Didn't Sha'awal say, know ye not that you shall judge messengers? That's what malak mean. And it also, you shall judge messengers, kings. You shall judge the Arats, the world, the true judges. You're going to judge this iron and clay? How you going to be able to do this if you don't understand what he said, because it wrote in another language and you discontinue from yours? But he say there's a need for us to return back to learn this, but many don't receive it and many will. Some will and some won't, because he said that Yasha Allah is gonna rule under Yahweh Shai. Under Yahweh Shai. The nations will have to come every year to celebrate a feast, and if they don't come, he gonna stop it from raining. Yasha Allah is a part of Yahweh's kingdom. Nobody go to another person's country and rule over them in their own country unless that person had made that oath with Yahweh that if we will obey you. And he said, okay, here's the stipulation. If you obey me, you're going to be the head and not the tail, above only and never beneath. If you don't obey me, you won't be. What is the commandment? What is the meat of the commandment? Ahaba, love. How do you understand the commandment? Love. So they say the commandment is hatred, evil. No, the commandment is Yahweh's commandment. And the scripture say that Yahweh is love. Allahayim is love, right? And he said that the word is a Adam after his own lab, after his own mind, after his own innermost being of his thoughts, of his his meditation. That's why I say I will meditate upon thy law have I hidden in my heart, that I may not err against you. So Yahweh give us his words so that we can hide it in our heart, conceal it in our heart. All right, Mashpaka, I'm about to get off of here. So who spoke the language first? Who wrote it first? Allahayim, Adam. He was reading the Lashon. He was reading the Shapah. When he pointed at the ox and the cattle, and he said, Alap. When he formed a tent, and he called it Bayath. He was reading. When he looked at the foot, and he said, Ga. When he looked at the door, and he said, Dala. When he lifted up their hands to praise Yahweh, he said, Ha. Arms raised, Mashpaka. The Lashawan, the Shapah, came out of the mind of Yahweh, and no man taught him how to speak this. He wrote it when he formed everything that we see. Read deeper, family. Read deeper. Understand. Shalom, positive reinforcement. And all of those who are listening now, and all of those who are listening hereafter, is there any questions or any statements that any one of y'all would like to make before I get off of here? I'm going to pause my mic. Let me know, Mashpaka. I'm going to pause my mic, switch back over. If nobody says anything, I'll end it out, all right? So I'm going to pause my mic, switch y'all back over to the beginning screen, and I'm going to give y'all time to write down and minister to the people down there, all right? When it roll out, that's it. But if somebody say they got something that they want to add to and they want me to speak with them on it right now while I'm live, I will do that while the thing is playing, all right? And if not, I will understand, Mashpaka. Shalom to the hearers and the keepers of the word of Allahayim.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Our inheritance is turned to screams, and our houses to aliens. We are orphans and fatherless. Our mothers are as widows. We are drunk in our water for money, and our wood is sold unto us. Our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given our hand to the Masrayam and to the Assyrian to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we are born their iniquity.